Have you ever considered a move to the Pacific Northwest? Well, if so, I would like to tell you a few reasons why you might love Anacortes. Anacortes is located on Fidalgo Island. It is a bridge-served island. One bridge comes from the I-5 corridor along Highway 20, and the other bridge comes from Whidbey Island across Deception Pass. You're looking at some pictures of that bridge right now, and it's pretty spectacular. There's also an amazing park and beaches and tide pools associated with Deception Pass. We also do have two ferry terminals in Anacortes. They're just down the street because everything is just down the street. It's a small town. One is a continuation of Highway 20 and goes to the Washington State Ferries. That's considered part of our highway system here, and that goes out to the San Juan Islands. We also have the Guaymas Ferry, which is a county ferry, and it goes over to Guaymas Island. That's about a 7-minute ferry ride. You can take your bike on the ferry and just walk on, ride around a little bit, and go have lunch at Anderson's. And you feel like you've been on vacation. Not that you need a vacation from Fidalgo Island, but it's pretty neat. When I first moved here, 2005 or so, the general store, Anderson's, had a truck, and every once in a while you would see it in town here. And their motto was, Anderson's General Store. We have what you need, or we'll tell you how you can do without. So now I'll answer a few questions about some of the neighborhoods here in Anacortes. And today I'm just going to highlight a couple of them. The first one is called Skyline. And if you have a look around Skyline, it's associated with a marina. I believe it was an old plywood mill back in the day. They cut out some fingers in that marina in the 60s or 70s and started building houses. So you do have areas where the houses are actually associated with their own docks. And then they started to fill in that, I'll call it a big bowl, with houses that span from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. And Skyline is really all about the views, the views, the views. And the views are incredible. And Skyline faces west, so they are sunset views. If you choose to buy in Skyline, there is a homeowners association, and the dues are anywhere from $150 to $190 a year. Yes, you heard me right, a year. And that's for maintaining the beach club and the cabana, beautiful tugboat park and a little beach. It's, they have pickleball courts and a playground, also for kids. And there's a big herd of deer, although I don't think your dues go towards feeding the deer. We all do a really good job of feeding the deer with the plants that we buy them to put in our yards. Maybe sometime I'll do an episode on deer repellent or deer proof plants. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. The other neighborhood that I'd like to talk about today is called San Juan Passage. And San Juan Passage was built in, I want to say 2009, 2010. And there are houses in San Juan Passage that go from 1,400 square feet to 3,000 square feet. Some of them are even a little bit bigger. And there are a lot of nice views. The interesting thing about San Juan Passage is they were all built in what we call a Cape Cod style. And I know we're on the Pacific coast, so we don't really know anything about Cape Cod, but that's the style we like to call it. As you drive down the street or walk down the street through San Juan Passage, you'll notice that all the doors of all the houses are painted a different color. And it's a pretty neat place to get inspiration for color combinations. At least for me, I enjoy that sort of thing. If you go through San Juan Passage, you'll get to a cul-de-sac that is the head of the Guaymas Channel Trail, actually. And it's a very easy walk, very accessible, neat place to go down and watch the ferries come and go. There's also a beautiful view of Mount Baker on the Guaymas Channel Trail. I do want to highlight one other area quickly. This is called Cap Sante, and it's essentially a giant rock, and you can drive up to the top. I have heard there are trails so you could walk up to the top too, but it looks down on Cap Sante Marina, our entire downtown. It is one of the most amazing views. You can watch the sunset or the moon rise, and you can see on a clear day Mount Baker to the northeast, and you can actually see Mount Rainier to the south. The days that I was up there, you'll see I had a little bit of sun, and then on one day I had not so much sun. So enjoy the views. Thank you for joining me today to explore a little bit of Fidalgo Island and beautiful Anacortes. If you'd like to join me next week, I will be looking around at our antique stores and estate sale opportunities. Antiquing in Anacortes is one of the highest rated Google searches on the internet, according to our Chamber of Commerce. I can tell you that when I moved to Anacortes, I moved from a very small house to a much larger house. It didn't seem to have any trouble filling it. I know some tips and tricks and a lot of fantastic opportunities, so I would love to share that with you. We will also take a look at a couple more neighborhoods and discuss some of the questions that you've asked concerning weather and taxes and interesting things like that. So in the meantime, my name is Kristi Gabrielse. I'm a broker with Windermere Real Estate here in Anacortes, and you are learning it from a local. Because after all, where you live is my business. Bye.